Eurovision 2024. I got a new video. Alicia Michelle. Hey girl. I'm ready to go. How you feeling? Eurovision fan. Yeah. Are you ready for the show? We gotta keep it real. Let's go.
Hey Eurovision fam, it's Alicia Michelle. I'm so excited to be here today because I'm going to continue all of my conversations covering one of my favorite Eurovision national selections. It's Pesma za Evroviziju. I'm going to keep saying it because if I keep saying it, I'm going to get better each time. And I am here with Konstrakta, who is back on the stage this year. So I got to ask, you're back. Some people might say, you made a splash on the stage. Why are you back again?
Well, it's a tough question for me. But somehow we made a song that is somehow connected to the previous one. It's like similar to the previous one. And we decided to make episode 2. So this, I'm not sure if it's going to be the series, but now at the moment we have the episode 2.
Okay, well, I think people are subscribed already to the series, so they were probably waiting for episode 2 to drop. Now, last year, Luke Black went and represented Serbia, and I know Luke Black has collaborated and sort of worked with some of the same folks that you've worked with. Did you tell Luke, I think I might come back to PZE this year, or was it more like a surprise?
Well, it was a surprise for him. I met him. He was at our studio, and he even gave us some advices about the song. So we are in contact with him. And I think he was surprised, as some other people are also. Yeah.
Well, it's nothing wrong with surprising people. Surprises are good, especially when we're talking about Eurovision and all of the national selections. So
it somehow, is it necessary to go there again? Because we did a pretty good job 2 years ago. But when you are seeing it as an episode, as a continuation of this work that we are doing, then that's okay.
No, I agree with that. And so this song, now I will say, I think one thing that people love about your music is it does feel like there's a commentary there. It feels like there's some depth. It feels like something people need to sort of look at, maybe sit with, and then come back and sort of see what their interpretation is. No, so I did look up the lyrics, and I sort of felt like I had an interpretation, but who knows? I mean, why would I just go off of what I think when I could just ask you of what sort of your interpretation and goal with this?
Yeah. Usually I don't like to give comments on the lyrics, but maybe sometimes it's necessary. I can say that this song has the same scenario as in corpore sano, because it deals with ideology on one hand, and on the other hand there is me, fighting this, or just being conscious about this tension that I have about the ideology that is imposed to us. This time I'm talking about this thing that we already know, and this is like atmosphere that we are living in, always wanting something better, and this better is always one step further away. You cannot reach it. You want always something a little bit better.
Well, I definitely know that, because as an American, I often talk about how I'm like, man, are we just all going? Well, don't let me get on my soapbox about like I've done it on every time that I start to talk about it. I'm like, no, I need to stop. But I have my own little soapbox about capitalism and just consumerism and whatnot in our world today. So I won't bore you with all of that. But coming back,
you cannot bore me with that. Yeah, I'm also obsessed with it, and many people are.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's even something when one is a parent, I think you're almost more acutely aware of it because I can begin to see it through the eyes of children more so. Like
Yeah.
if you're sort of living in a world walking around, you're just like, okay, well, this is like a thing that maybe is a burden that adults feel. But it's interesting, and I have nieces and nephews too, to see them kind of like, no, 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 I want that shoe. I'm like, who cares? It's a black and white shoe. You don't need the thing on the side. Like
Yeah.
you have a
Yeah.
shoe that's black and white.
Yeah, there is continuing production of needs and wishes, and it doesn't stop. So when you're looking at kids, you can see how they're like I don't know how to put it, but this is the field where you can manipulate, those teenagers and even youngers.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. So the benefit of sort of doing this process before and coming back is I think every time you maybe learn a little lesson along the way. So what maybe is the biggest lesson you learned from your last time participating at Pesma that this time you're like, okay, we did this last time, or maybe not.
You're talking about Pesma za Euroviziju or Eurovision? Pesma
Both.
za Euro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eurovision was a great experience when we are talking about great television shows. So you don't have so many opportunities to see how it's done. This huge, huge television, the biggest one in Europe, maybe in the world. So that's maybe the most important experience that I had there. And Pesma as Eurovizio is also a good TV show that is done by the rules of Eurovision. So it's like a small Eurovision here in Serbia. It's very similar. So that's also a good experience. Yeah, to have it's a festival, but it's different because it's broadcasted on television. So you have to plan everything in advance, and that's somehow that was for me.
Yeah. And I mean, the scale of it, I think that's the biggest
Hmm.
thing. So,
Yeah.
now at Eurovision, the last time that you participated, this didn't happen. But now at Eurovision, people like me can
Mhm.
actually vote now. We have something called the rest of the
Yeah.
world vote. We don't have a jury. But what do
Hmm.
you kind of think of the fact that Eurovision is becoming really global? It isn't just this thing sort of happening in Europe and adjacent countries. It really has gone global at this point.
Well, I'm glad about it. I know that when we were at Eurovision, so it's 2022, that there was a contest in USA. Yeah, it's like I don't know what was the name, but I don't know what happened to that. Is it still alive or not?
It's let's just say it's in the freezer for now.
Okay, so okay. I'm glad about it. Somehow, this Eurovision world was new for me as well, because I was watching Eurovision, occasionally, and I'm not so into it. Now that I'm into it, because I entered this algorithm of Eurovision news, it's really a huge field. It's a big world there. So I like it, and it's amusing, and it sort connects people in a good way. So I think it's good that it's gone global. I'm not too into it. I don't know how global it is, but if it's gone global, I think it's a good thing.
And last year, when I talked to some of the folks competing at PESMA, everyone was talking about how sort of there's a little bit of a change even in Serbia with how people look at not just PESMA, but even looking at Eurovision. From your perspective as someone who's participated even in the previous iteration of the national selection, how do you feel that the perception of Eurovision has changed or evolved in Serbia?
I can talk about Serbia because that's what I know. In Serbia, this festival really became a great promotion platform for young artists. So when you go there, you gain visibility, and it's instant visibility. I can say so. So that's really a good thing, because otherwise you don't really have a chance to promote your music. This is maybe the easiest way. And also, people who are organizing this festival in Serbia, Pesma Evroviziju, made their effort to make it, approachable to those young artists who are creating music that is, how do you say, modern in genre. This new sound, the design of this sound is like a little bit up to date.
I mean, I think it is a testament. I would say last year when I hopped in the playlist, I had 16 songs that I wrote down that I was like, okay, I need to have that on my playlist. I'm going to have that on my playlist. And then
Yeah, I'm
this
glad.
year,
Even though if it's in Serbian, yeah.
yeah, no, I've
Yeah.
some of my favorite tracks are, well, I mean, most of them, I mean, all of them are in Serbian. Yeah, there you go. I'm like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
All of them.
I, th-
But
I'm not sure. I think that this year we don't even have any song in English. I think all of those are in Serbian. Huh?
yeah, and not even because at first I paused because I was like, wait, maybe there are some lines here and there, and I'm like, nope, nope. When I'm playing the playlist, it's just straight up. But that's what I think that tells you how much I've been listening to Eurovision stuff that I'm like, I don't even sense that it's not in
And
English.
this is a nice thing about Eurovision. The first, the primary idea. I don't primarily idea. Sorry about my English. Was, to connect people throughout Europe. And this at the beginning, you had to play in your own language. Afterwards, I think starting from 90s, they allowed English or some other languages that are not from the country that is competing. But I think that now more and more people are contesting with their mother tongue.
Yeah, and I think people are being rewarded for doing so. I think we are seeing the shift in even some of the scores. Well, I know I can't take up too much of your time, but I have to say this is a big year for Pesma. There's a lot of heavy hitters, some folks who have had international songs in the mix, some folks who are very big names in Serbia. When you're kind of hopping into a competition like that, do y'all all kind of know each other? Because I know some music scenes in Europe, it's like, yeah, we're sort of used to being around each other. Everyone kind of knows each other. Is it sort of similar in Serbia?
It's similar. I think that we more or less know each other. Yeah, I met some contestants 2 years ago when I was there. Some other I know from our music scene, so we know each other. Yeah, and I think that you are right. This year there is a really great, how do you say? We say concorrencia. Great songs there. Yeah.
Yes. So I know you can't tell us what you're doing on the stage. So the way that I go around this is, what do you want people to feel after they see your performance?
That's a good question. Well, I would like to take them into our, performance. Well, I don't know how. This is a good question. Maybe this is a question that I have to pose myself, in order to finish this performance that I'm making. This is a good question. I don't think about it. I'm just, pouring my emotions there, but I don't think about the reception. Yeah, I would like them to feel what do we feel, and to feel this tension that we are talking about through the performance, as I wanted it previous time with corpore sano, just to feel this atmosphere and tension.
All right. Well, I think that's a great place to end. Thank you so much for speaking with me. You know you've got a whole bunch of people rooting for you, so break a leg on the stage. Best of luck.
Thank you.